Hey friends, today I'm going to show you how to do the Moroccan Tile Stitch. If you've been following me on Instagram or Facebook, you know that I recently completed a baby blanket with this stitch and I got a lot of really good feedback. So today I'm going to show you how to do that stitch using two different colors of worsted weight yarn and a 6mm crochet hook. So get yourself a cup of tea or a glass of water and let's get started. So for this stitch, we're going to need to chain a multiple of 3 plus 1 for the turning stitch. And of course, we're going to start with a slip knot. I do this by wrapping the yarn around my fingers like this and then turning my hand over and pulling a loop through and then pulling tight. I insert my crochet hook and then I get started with my chains. Again, I'm going to do 24 for the actual repeat plus 1, so 25 stitches altogether in this sample. You can do this stitch as long as you want, as long as you use the multiples of 3. Once you have all of your chains, you are going to begin the first row by completing a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. To make a single crochet, you simply insert your hook into the yarn, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. After you complete your first single crochet, you will chain 2 and then single crochet in the third chain. So you're going to chain 2, skip 2, and single crochet into the third chain. This pattern repeats all the way across the row. You should end with a single crochet on the last stitch of the row in the last chain that you created for our foundation. Once you finish the first row of single crochet, chain 2, skip 2 all the way across, you should have a single crochet in your final stitch. Go ahead and chain 2 and then pull up a giant loop and then set that yarn aside, remove your hook, and grab your second color. We're going to attach the second color back at the beginning of the row by tying a slip knot. And then we are going to insert our hook into the slip knot, insert our hook into the first stitch of the previous row, and we're going to chain 2. Sorry, I said chain 2, I meant chain 3. After you chain 3, you are going to insert your hook into the single crochet or into the space between the single crochets, into the chain 2 space, and you are going to create 3 double crochets. To create a double crochet, you yarn over, insert your hook into this stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops again. You're going to do this 3 times in each one of those chain 2 spaces across the row, and once you get to the end of the row, you are going to finish your final double crochet by pulling the first color through, and I'll show you that when we get to the end of the row. So go ahead and crochet 3 double crochets in each chain 2 space all the way across, and I will meet you at the end. So now that we're at the end of the row, we are going to finish this final double crochet by pulling through the first 2 loops, and then when we get to the second 2 loops, we're going to pick up that giant loop that we made and pull it tight onto our hook. We're going to pull it through the 2 final loops of that double crochet and drop the pink yarn. Then we are going to chain 3 and turn. Once we've done our chain and turned our work, we're going to double crochet into the single crochet of the previous row. So you're going to go ahead and crochet right over these 3 stitch clusters that we created. You're going to crochet right in between them. And it's going to be a double crochet, and then you're going to chain 1 and then a second double crochet into the same stitch. You will skip over the next 3 stitches, which is the pink cluster that we created, and double crochet into the single crochet of the previous round, chain 1, double crochet again into that same stitch all the way across. So it should make these cute little V-shaped patterns. Make sure that you're going into the single crochet that's between the clusters and not just between the clusters themselves, otherwise the pattern won't look right. Now that we've reached the end of our row, we're going to go ahead and make the same double crochet, chain 1, double crochet V-stitch into this space in between the final cluster and the turning chain that we created in the previous row. And once you've done that, you're going to chain 2, you're going to pull up a large loop again and leave the gray yarn behind while you start at the other end with the pink yarn. Starting from the back side, you're going to pull the pink yarn through the first stitch of the last row, and then you're going to chain 2 and turn back over to the front side of your work. And then in all of these V stitches, you are going to double crochet 3, as we did in the first row of pink. So in this space here, in between the 2 double crochets of each V stitch that you made, you're going to make a 3 double crochet cluster all the way across until you get to the end, and every V has 3 double crochets within it. Again, once you get to the end of the row, finishing your third stitch of the last cluster, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and then you're going to drop the pink. And this next row is just going to be a repeat of the row that we did. That is a double crochet into the stitch between the clusters, a chain 1, and another double crochet. So you're going to insert your hook, pull up a loop, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, and complete a double crochet, then a chain 1 stitch and another double crochet all the way across, and that's our repeat. So you'll be doing a row of clusters, and then a row of V-stitches, and then a row of clusters within those V-stitches, and then a row of V-stitches again, and that's the entire Moroccan Tiles pattern. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I look forward to seeing what all of you guys create in the future. Thank you so much for being a part of my very first YouTube tutorial. Please let me know what you thought in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe because we do giveaways as well. So thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to be kind to yourselves and each other, and drink lots of water, wash your hands, wear your masks, and don't forget that you are beloved, blessed, sacred beings who are of infinite worth.